Hey there, Regina Anley here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. This week, we're talking about automation in your business. So, I've shared a post on Monday for the positive quote of the week, and it was from Bill Gates. And it said, the first rule of any technology used in business is that automation applied to an efficient operation will magnify the efficiency. And the second is that automation applied to an inefficient operation will magnify the inefficiency. So let's start there. When it comes to automation in your business, you need to know what you're actually automating. Are you automating that which is already set and ready to go, or something that's not quite working right? So you want to make sure in any automation, the first thing you do is whatever it is you're going to automate, whatever process, whatever system that you want to automate, that it's actually something that you already have vetted out. Doing it manually, you know that it works. So that's the first thing. Now, what is automation? So, automation is basically having something or someone else, but mostly something, do a task for you. And that's why you need to know exactly what it is that you're doing and have the process down. Because if you're going to give it to someone or something else, that's where that idea of the fear of the lack of control, it's like, oh, I can do it better than anybody else can do it. Well, yeah, you only do things better than somebody else does it, you think, because you know how to do it. As long as you know how to do it and you have that process down, you can give it to anybody or any application, anything, and it will do it for you and save you a ton of time. So, automation is all about getting those repetitive tasks off of your plate so you can focus on the stuff that you want to do most, that core genius. You want to work with clients. Maybe bringing in clients is your thing, and you want to bring them in and you want to work with them and you want to build those relationships. And in order for you to do that, you need to free up your time from doing stuff like going through your emails every day, doing those answering questions that you get all the time, those general questions that everybody asks you about your products and services. All this stuff can be automated. Your social media posts, all of your things that are going out, your blogs, your articles, all of this can be automated so that then you can go focus on that which you do best. So let's talk about a few different automation things that you can do. Let's start with email. When you think about email, do you send an email out every week to your people? Do you have to go through your email every week? I don't know about you, but I get hundreds of emails literally every day into my email box. And there's all kinds of different apps out there that can help you peruse through them either quicker, or you can have somebody else take care of that and automate the process so that you don't have to spend time doing that. I've spent hours and hours and hours going through email boxes. Now I actually use things that programs that will help you, take stuff out of your email box and put all the stuff to junk. I have rules set up in my Outlook so that things go automatically to folders and I don't have to look at it. There's all kinds of different automation you can set up. And why am I being so general about this? Because there are so many different things that you can do with automation. It depends on your unique circumstance. So I don't know what kind of email you have. Maybe you have Gmail, maybe you're using Outlook, maybe you're using some other email application. Depending on what you're using, there is automation tools out there. So for any automation stuff, just use Google. Go out to Google, or if you want to get into the AI, use Perplexity to get you even more results easier, and just ask the question, what are the best automation tools for email? And you will see a list of tools that you can use that do all kinds of different things depending on your specific circumstance. That goes back to that efficient operation in that quote, right? So you need to make sure you have an efficient setup first before you can automate it, because if it's not efficient to start with and you put it into automation, guess what? You're going to say, that automation didn't work. I can do it better. And you're going to end up with it back on your plate because now you're just like, I could have done it better, and I don't want to have to micromanage this app that I'm using or anything else. So you want to make sure that that automation is automating something that is already in a clean process. So that's the email. The next thing is like your calendar. I mean, I don't know about you, But my calendars, I have 2 different calendar programs that I use, and I only use one for Coffee with Regina, so I use Calendly for that now, and I just have the one Calendly set up that only does that. Other than that, I use a program called Book Like a Boss. Now, why do I use that? Because it helps me automate my calendar and it gives me updates. It gives me everything that I need for the different types of bookings that I have. So if it's a 30-minute, if it's an hour meeting, if it's a breakthrough session, everything is set up very specifically and automated. So all I need to do is send the right calendar out and it takes care of everything for me. It sets up the Zoom, it sets up the calendar in my Google Calendar and in my Outlook calendar. It literally, when somebody books something, it sets it up everywhere. I don't have to think about it. I just see a message saying, hey, you have a meeting. I'm like, okay, I'm going to show up. So when you think about your calendar, Calendly is great. I love Book Like a Boss. It's not that expensive. I think I paid just over $100 a year for Book Like a Boss. And I have, I don't know, 15 different calendars set up there. All have either the little page, like you see, like the Calendly page, or you can make like a web page that has images and more information and stuff like that on your calendar page. So if you have maybe like a product or service that people have to book an appointment for and you want more information, you can create like a little virtual landing page and then that's all set. Again, automation. How can you make it easier to get stuff out there? Now, the other thing about calendars is Calendly, Book Like a Boss, all of these calendars allow you to ask the person booking the session questions. Now, what can you do? What does that mean? How does that automate stuff? Well, you could vet out the people before you even meet with them. I've actually canceled appointments with people because they didn't know what they even wanted to chat with. And I responded back to them. I responded back to them nicely and just said, here's what we've got. And when you're clear about what you want to do, let's rebook. However, you can use those questions to get an idea and automate all those initial questions that you're going to ask everybody anyways. All of that can be automated in these calendar apps and make your life easier there. So you're not going back and forth. You're not going back and forth with somebody via email going, I don't know, is Monday at 10 a.m. good? No, Monday at 10 a.m. I already have something. So I don't know. Can you do Thursday morning at 11? Well, no, I actually have something at Thursday morning. Instead of all this back and forth, you can do everything on the calendar and they'll show your open time. And then when they go to book, it asks them the questions, the qualifying questions for the meeting, so that you don't have to do any of that stuff. And all of that time is taken back for the calendar automation. And then last but not least for today, there's so many other things that you can automate in your business, but we want to talk about that content creation because content creation is one of the most time consuming things that most coaches and consultants have to do for their business, entrepreneurs in general. That whole thing about creating the social media content, creating emails, creating blogs, articles, all this stuff, it takes time to do that. You can set up automations using AI to help you do all of that for you. Now, again, it is unique to your situation. So if you have any questions about setting up that stuff, I am always open to have a initial conversation to just say, hey, here's the things that you might want to automate. No obligation, just hey, if you're going, I don't know, I got all this stuff. I don't know what I should automate. Just hit me up. Just put, just shoot me a DM. There we go. Shoot me a DM in Facebook and I will hook up with you. I'll send you my calendar and we can chat about where you are and what it is that you have that you might be able to automate. Or I can point out areas where it's like, well, that process isn't really set yet. So that whole efficiency thing, let's make sure you clean that up before you go try to automate it. Now, when it comes to that content creation, getting back to that, there are all kinds of apps that you can use to automate that content. So as far as social media content is concerned, you can use apps like Simplified or Buffer, Hootsuite, Sendable. These are all apps that you can use. Basically, you create the content and you can use AI to assist with that to help save time. And then you can use these scheduling tools to schedule out when the content's being posted so that you don't even have to think about it. You can create a month's worth of posts in 2 hours and have everything done for an entire month and not have to think about that. Just think about how much time that would give you back in your day. If somebody or something was creating it and scheduling it all out, and didn't have to think about it again, you could schedule a week at a time. You can schedule a month at a time. There's so many apps that are out there that will help you with this. And again, it's based on your unique situation. So I have a little to do for you today. If you're interested in the whole automation thing, I want you to think about one area, just one simple thing that you can do, some one place that you can automate something in your business. What is that one task that totally has you burnt out, overwhelmed? You're like, I do not want to do this anymore. What is that one task that you can automate? And start thinking about, is the process that I use to do that right now, is that efficient? So is it ready for automation? And if it is, what is it? So if it's email, if it's calendar, if it's content, whatever it is, what is the best path, the best automation tool to use for your particular situation? And again, I am open to having a conversation. So if you want to have a conversation about where you are and about what that one task is and some ideas and just do a little brainstorming, just DM me or comment below help. Help with automation. And I'll be happy to have a conversation with you. That's what I have for you today on Tips and Tricks Tuesday. We will see you next time. Bye for now.